This is a video I've sort of been meaning to make for a while now. We've talked a little bit before how Overwatch can sometimes make you feel like you're actually better at the game than you really are. We made a top 5 mistakes still made video, and we kind of talked about it there too, about how medals, the on-fire system and so on, and also just how the eliminations works, can sometimes be a little bit deceiving and make you feel like you're performing a lot better than you actually are, as it just constantly rewards you really. There's medals for top 3 in every category, but there's no overall stats saying who did the worst, who dealt the least damage, or healed the least, and so on. And the in-game scoreboard that existed in sort of alpha or internal testing before the beta went live was also removed. Now this is sort of match to match thing, but on top of this we also have the ranked problem now. People calibrate their rank, play for a while. A lot of us even set goals for ourselves and hope that we should reach certain tiers. And when not reaching those tiers, we sort of try to find stuff to blame. Really, this is very human, as we've always done this and will always do. And it wouldn't be a problem if it was just sort of an individual thing and we didn't really talk about it or express how we felt about it. But since we do, and people actively blame teammates, the Overwatch ranked matchmaking, Blizzard themselves, or just their luck, it is starting to become a little bit of a problem. I know I sound a little bit like a broken record, but as someone who has been very active in the sort of Dota community, kept a good eye on that subreddit for about a year or two, playing the game, experiencing the ranked ladder, and seeing what people think about the ranked ladder too, it's safe to say that this has happened before. This problem with people talking about ranked in a way that it just seems rigged, there's a forced 50-50% win rate, some claim that it's really hard to climb the ranked ladder after you've calibrated, and then there's of course this thing called MMR or ELO hell. But is that actually even a thing? And are all these people complaining actually just really unlucky? No, I wouldn't say that's true at all. In fact, to me, it feels like a lot of the people that are already good at the game, even pros, keep saying that they have to improve, they have to get better, and they want to get better, whilst a lot of us that have struggled in ranked or are stuck in a certain spot in ranked feel like we kind of deserve to be a little bit higher in the ranked ladder and kind of forget about actually improving ourselves. When it gets to the point where you're just focusing on a number on your career profile instead of your actual skill, you kind of have a problem. Sure, it's nice to gain rank and competitive points. People will respect you more, think you're better at the game. Also, you can brag to your friends a little bit, but that really shouldn't be the main focus here. It doesn't even really annoy me when I see people talking about ranked in this sort of way, and people thinking that they are better than they are. To me, it just feels like I know that that person won't enjoy the game as much as someone who knows that they can improve, and have to get better and aren't actually that great at the game. Anyone who is willing to improve will enjoy the game a lot more doing so. Whilst some people that are stuck in gold or plat think that they simply deserve higher ranks and so on, instead of actually improving, are the ones suffering. To be honest, this really sucks, and I wish I could do something about it, but really I can't, and it's always up to the individual and the player themselves to do something about it to try and enjoy the game more. I was stuck in a really bad habit when playing Dota 2 at one point, where I was playing at a very sort of average MMR of around 2.5k I think, maybe even slightly below average, and I thought that hey, I must be better than this. And I kept on just going up and down, and I really didn't enjoy my time, but I played the game so much. After that, I started playing the game a little bit more for my enjoyment, trying to improve a little bit now and then, but not playing nearly as much, and I started enjoying the game a lot more. I played the game less, I got a little bit better at least, but the most important thing was that I enjoyed the game a lot more, and that's in the end kind of what gaming is about, right? Blizzard are kind of known for doing this with their games to some degree. They make them very rewarding, very fun to play, and sometimes there's very little stuff holding the player back from being rewarded, getting those extra shiny medals, points, achievements, and so on. And it does make us feel very good. It makes us feel like we're accomplishing something, we're getting somewhere, and that we're actually good at what we're doing, which everybody wants to feel. But sometimes we have these overinflated egos in competitive ranked in Overwatch, and that really has to change. I don't know if it's a majority or minority of players, there's no real way to take any sort of stats on these, but overinflated egos in competitive was the title of an r/competitive Overwatch post that really made me want to make this video. Like I said, I've been meaning to make it for a while, but this post really summed everything up very nicely. I suggest you to go and read it. I will leave the Reddit link in the description below. Maybe some of you watching this video actually read it already, but it does make a pretty good point, and people have different sort of explanations on it in the comments as well, and it was very interesting to me to read about. But we've been talking for this for quite a while. In other videos, you will have maybe recognized some of the stuff that I've talked about from other videos in the past. Some are just segments from other videos where we talked about this sort of stuff, and some are whole videos where we talked about the problem of Overwatch being a little bit too rewarding. But anyway, this is a lot to do with self-discipline, self-criticism, and also lack of general etiquette in Ranked. It's a mix of all these factors, but I think we can sort of deal with them on our own. We just actually have to sit down and do it. And there's nobody that will do that for you, so you kind of have to do that for yourself. I do really like that Blizzard in the end went for this much more harsh, competitive and ranked system in comparison to the earlier ones, which were much more rewarding. It was easier to climb, and statistically you didn't even need a very high win rate to climb anywhere. Sure, sometimes you might be awarded 20 points for a win and 40 points for a loss here, but at least this system is a little bit more pure. It's not perfect, but it's better than what we had before, and I can't imagine what would have happened with competitive and ranked if we had the first system with the heroic tier and all that, because really that system had so much of a safety net that it was kind of just like playing quick play anyway, and I'm very thankful for the current system that we have in place. Anyway, I'm gonna try to end it here, or else I'm just gonna go on and on. Let me know what you think in the comments below as per usual. You can tweet at me, at OWCentral, or at me personally, Miska_. Or you can just go and check out the r/competitive Overwatch Reddit thread. Either way, that's been it for me and for this sort of rant, I guess. I hope I made some sense, because I think this is a pretty important topic and something that we should discuss a little bit more. Or that I hope that people at least realize about themselves, about others, and about the community in general. Anyway, until next time, see ya.